Thank you, co-host, for letting me use this room. Thank you, Frank. You're Frank. I'm Don Burns. I am You're Frank with Brandtastic. And what's your last name?
Motola. Thanks for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So Brandtastic, I think it was Stephen that I met. And
yeah, we met you quite a few times. We've seen you at different Lakeland events, of course. You're at every single one, so it's hard to miss you.
Well, tell me more about Frank and
I appreciate it. I believe you came to the event that Stephen and I did recently.
Yes. Yeah.
That was over at, what's the name of that place up the street?
Catapult?
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
I had over 100 people there. We actually got 2 clients out of that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, very exciting.
Is it
They're
something you
both
guys are
pretty
doing
well
annually,
known.
quarterly?
Oh no, it's a monthly agreement. We usually work out with people. And we look for a certain type of client that's typically in a service business that needs to generate more leads all the time. So if you're a plumber, if you're a pool cleaner, if you're a septic system company, you want those calls coming in all the time. So there's a lot of things you need to put in place to make that happen, starting with a killer website. So the clients, can I name the clients we got?
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Plug them all.
It's pretty exciting. Yeah, so we got the Glassdoor store, and they're wonderful people, Angel and Andy, husband and wife team, and it's really worth checking out. Go over to their showroom. They have so many door variations, you wouldn't believe it. So I never even thought about this as a service, and it's kind of unique. So they have a door, let's say you have your home entry door, it's just solid wood, you know, you can peek through the hole, right? So they can come to your house and cut a room to make an insert that fits in there, makes it look so classy and so beautiful. And that's just a simple illustration. Many of the nicer homes, they have the side panels and the entry's pretty sophisticated, but still they can improve on that. They do all types of doors, inside, outside. So we're working with them. And then we just finished a new website for Lakeland Septic Company.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, and he's an awesome guy. He's trying to grow his company, putting everything he can back into it. He's always, you know, we like working for people who do what they say they're going to do, who have a good reputation.
I agree.
Yeah. So we just launched that a few days ago. So that's lakelandsepticcompany.com if you want to go check out his site.
So how did Brandtastic get started? How did you get started? What did you do before this?
Oh, it was eons ago. It was
I know
back
that
in
feeling.
Lincoln's time.
And you don't see that? I know. I'm just passing the time myself now.
No, come on. We're having fun, right?
That's right. A lot of fun.
So I grew up in art for business because my dad had a sign business. So I helped him on his first job probably when I was 10 years old with a brush in my hand. And we would put the names of the companies and the logos on the sides of vehicles, even trailer trucks, big stuff. And we eventually went into business together for 15 years. We had a sign and graphics company up in Connecticut. That was a totally different company, but it gives you a little background about where I come from. I also went to school for advertising design in Syracuse, New York at the university. So I got that angle. There were a lot of people from Long Island and New York City, so they knew all about ad agencies. And for a guy, you know, that was coming from the sticks in Connecticut, an ad agency, I didn't even know what that was.
What years were you up there? What years were you in school?
Oh, I'm gonna give my age away. 76.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's when advertising was really big. It's still
big.
growing. Yeah, I mean,
Now it's mostly self-promotion. You know, there's so many avenues that, like you were telling me earlier, you know, you put stuff out on all the social media, it's like a free billboard, right? So a lot of people have taken control of their own messaging through their website and social media, and that's great. But when you get into the bigger companies, they still need the management of the ad campaigns and the TV and the print, and we do a little bit of that, but I never liked that model, to be honest. As soon as I found out that they were making money by promoting you, by putting your advertising in these slots, and they were getting paid from the media company. So if I run, $1 million worth of ads, and the ad agency is going to get a percentage of that. And that makes, like a stockbroker, they're making more money the more money you spend. I'd rather design something where it's about the results. So I was looking for smaller, privately owned companies that I could make a difference for, and that we could get results that were tangible. So that's what I spend my life doing, is gravitating towards the web results, because that's where everybody goes now. If they're looking for something, they're gonna do a search on Google, right? So we're trying to get companies to look good on the web. And so I started doing that back, I think my first website was 1997.
Yeah, that's
or
back when
98.
I got back started 95, 96, like that.
Oh, you're even earlier. So you must have worked with Al Gore when he first started the internet, right?
Before that, it was way before that. No, yeah, I was in college, my first time up to my senior year, 93, 94, 95. And that's when the internet, the .com thing just started coming out.
Mhm.
Back, and I got.
Yeah, my first few websites. So my first one was for myself and the sign company and graphic design, logos. I was really big into designing logos. In fact, I joined my dad's company and pretty much redesigned all of his clients' logos, which meant more work for us because we had to change all their branding.
That's
right?
that turning.
But I've kind of gravitated away from that towards things that really make a difference, which is, tracking web results and getting more eyeballs on your website, getting more leads coming in. That's really what all boils down to for my clients, is increased leads. That's my new
Opportunity to
website.
make some more money, absolutely.
Yeah, actually my new website, if I can do it.
That's
Shameless
what you're here
plug.
for.
Yeah, I have at least the same thing, but the domain is increaseleads.com.
Increaseleads.com.
So that says it all. That goes to a page. It gives an overview. We do a free market analysis of what you're doing now, make some suggestions, run our rank trackers to see how you're actually showing up on Google, because a lot of people don't know. They just figure, well, yeah, we got a website, of course, it's doing fine. But that's like putting your head in the sand if you don't really track it and understand how you're doing and then try to improve it.
See what their competitors doing.
Oh yeah, everybody's trying to beat everybody else. Like back when I started doing websites, if you had a website, you were miles ahead of the next guy because nobody had them. And then slowly everybody had them. Now everybody has not only a website, but they've hired a SEO or marketing guy too. So it's very competitive, but it's worth it if you do it right.
Yeah. So did you learn HTML back in the day?
I tried to avoid that and hire people who knew how to do it. So if I start working on the code, I'll usually mess something up pretty quick.
The same way with me. That's one of the reasons why I quit my first, because I was a computer major back in 95, and the technology changed so fast, so quick, that I just said, I can't keep up with this,
And it's still changing,
It's constant.
Yeah.
And in fact, that new Threads just came out.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Sure. I just, over the weekend, talked to my social media manager and told her we need to set up a Brandtastic account because, our clients are going to be asking us, are we going to put them on Threads?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you want to be, it seems like it's worthwhile to get in, but when it comes to it, Facebook and Instagram are the big drivers of leads.
Yeah.
Twitter never really was that important. So if it's trying to beat Twitter, well, it better beat it by a lot because, it's just, it's something you should do because people expect you to do it. So it's kind of having what's called social proof that you're a with it company, you're very responsive. Any channel people want to reach you on, you're going to do it. But I could just go all over the place. I tend to ramble. When it comes to that, if you're going to do social media, you need to pay attention to it. So if somebody puts a comment saying, well, how much does it cost to clean my pool? You better have an answer. If you ignore it, it's like having the phone ring. That's not a phone, but and not answering it. Say, oh, the heck with it.
I agree, yeah. For me, that new Threads, first of all, when you sign up for Threads, because it's owned by Instagram.
Oh, you signed up already?
Oh, yeah, I did one. One of the first 2 million. You sign up, and it pulls everything in from Instagram. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is say, you wanna log in with your Instagram account? I say, yeah, and it
Uh-huh.
pulls all that information in. So
And
it's
is it
real
a
easy.
similar thing where it's shorter bursts of
It's
information?
identical to quick Twitter,
Oh.
identical.
So that's why Musk is gonna sue him, right?
Yep, they're gonna go back and forth, it's like
They're gonna
babies
have
in
a
a
cage match
yeah.
plus this lawsuit.
Yeah, I heard about that too, yeah.
All right, so what do you think
So-
about it so far? Just to get off track a little.
The thread,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Have you
It's a
seen people
competitor
that you
to-
want to connect with, or did
Oh,
it
yeah.
bring across all your connections?
I've got, yeah, it automatically sent out an invite to every my contacts that's
Oh.
already following me, and I'm already up over 200.
Wow.
They sent the email out saying, hey, I'm on joining this, and they all signed up.
Have you heard how many they're up to total? Is it like 300 million or something?
Oh, no, I had no idea. I heard like day one or day two, it hit 3 or 5 million.
Oh, so I had the zeros wrong. Okay.
Yeah, it's up, it went up there quick. Nowadays, everything technological goes quick.
Okay, so back to your original question, when did Brandtastic start?
Yeah,
So, my dad and I, he retired. I moved to Florida 18 years ago or so. Tried to do a little bit of the sign business here, but my love was the web by that time and graphic design. So that was my focus, and the sign business is even more competitive than web design,
oh wow.
believe it or not. So I eventually let that go and just renamed the company probably 12 years ago, maybe more, as Brandtastic. And actually, that was another story. Be careful about the name you pick. Make sure you research it and do the federal trademark search, which we do for all our clients now. Help them pick a name even. Because I started out with Brand Solutions, and I redid my website. I had new cards. I had everything done and launched it all. And then I got a letter from a group out in the West Coast that represented a company, an ad agency called Brand Solutions, and they told me to cease and desist or they'd sue me. And their clients were like Mitsubishi and other, so this was a big company.
Yeah, they had the.
So I stepped.
That's what happened to
I
me.
poked the bear.
That's what happened to me.
Did it?
There's a local company that I poked the bear, and they said, settle down, settle down. And I minded them.
Yeah. So I did it immediately, and nobody came after me. So in that search of looking for a better name or another name, I came up with a better name because Brandtastic is an awesome name.
Yeah.
And we stuck with that. So it's just grown. It was originally just me and some writers, and then I hired Stephen. I went through quite a few people to bring in as helpers, and many of them are still with me as subcontractors. And then Stephen as an employee. We worked out of my home, and then we had another employee come in, and it was just too crowded. My wife said, get these guys out of here. So we got a little place down in Auburndale, and now we're up to 9 employees. There's 4 in Pennsylvania and 5 down here, and we have about 15 contractors that work remotely, and they put in a lot of hours as well. So we have a really big team that's all working together to deliver results that I can never do on my own, but I get
absolutely.
to oversee it,
And you mentioned the glass door. Any other local companies?
Yeah, we do Pool Works in Auburndale. The good thing about our clients is, well, we're trying to be the best we can. We're trying to be very responsive, and we communicate with them, have meetings with them, just try to keep better and better, do better and better.
Of course.
So many of our clients we've had for over 10 years, and Poolworks is one of them. In fact, we just had a meeting with them. So they're one of the biggest pool service companies in the area, but he still wants to keep improving. So I asked him if he would mind doing a testimonial for us. So actually this Thursday, he's gonna do a little interview on the radio, and they're gonna use that in an ad that we're running. So it's good to have clients that you please, because then you can turn to them and use them as an example.
That's right.
So we're not into fast growth. I'm not after hundreds of websites at once. I'm happy doing 2 or 3 at once.
Mature
and
growth,
Make
bro.
sure we keep them happy.
Organic.
Keep them coming back, and it's a monthly thing. It's not like just set it and let it go. You know, you can't really expect good results if you just do all the work and then just step away and let it sit there. You have to do all the
Keep up.
social
Don't go for
media.
somebody else. There's a lot of advertising people starting to go out on their own to try to do advertising, try to do social media and influence them on their own. There's a lot of those little ones popping up, and they'll
Sure.
come up with 1 million followers,
Mhm.
and that's not easy.
No.
Me and my 200 followers ain't nothing compared to their $1 million. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually hiring influencers that, you know, they got 1 million followers. Say, hey, will you wear my logo on my shirt? And they
Yeah.
say, sure. So
Nice.
everybody and their
As
brother's
long as
trying
they're
to,
local, you know, you gotta have somebody,
yeah,
or at least recognizable, right? Or
Yeah.
somebody that's heard of Lakeland, hopefully.
yeah,
Lakeland is such a cool place. I
it
mean,
is.
it's only gonna keep getting better.
It's beautiful.
You know, it really is. And this place that
Hometown.
we're in, you just thank for being here, Cohatch. We should give them a plug, because if you
Absolutely.
haven't visited this place, you gotta see it. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art studio here. Plus, if you go outside the store, I got myself a nice coffee, there's a nice place to sit, there's a conference room, there's offices. It's definitely a cool place to be.
And it's a restored historic building, like
A lot of it.
1909 or something like that. And they took the time to restore it, to preserve it, did it the way the city likes it, and they're doing good.
Good.
Really
I hope-
pleased.
I hope you're
Beautiful
very
company.
successful.
Well, that
I
is,
need an office here.
well, they're full most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only once in a while does the stick come up.
Okay.
Adriana, our house mom, she'll take you on a tour and she'll show everybody around. Free Wi-Fi, and the networking is the biggest thing. I
Yeah.
get to meet people, you talk, they have the parties out front. I mean, last Friday, Adriana was out there dancing in the street. I haven't even showed her, cause I videotaped her, I don't even know if she knows, I videotaped her.
Well, I know that just from the events that Chrisanne Long puts on, that group that she's managing there.
Bridge Local,
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of people here for that.
that Biz Bash you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well, there's
wonderful.
another one. They do them like, it was a few months ago. It was like a party they had here, and met quite a few people. The other thing I like about Lakeland, you know, Chrisanne is from Maximize Digital Media, and does kind of the same work we do, but we're friends. In fact, we did that event together at Catapult, and she was one of the speakers, as was Stephen and myself. It was all about Google, SEO, how to manage your stuff, trying to educate people. We really wanted to give back to the community, which she's all about. And business owners, there's so much to know, it's almost impossible unless somebody helps you along and gives you a clue as to what's important. Because you get all these scams, you know, I'm sure you get them. Hi, your Google listing is.
Yeah, or the tax, unsolicited,
Yeah.
yeah. We all
Click
get 'em.
here to verify your Google listing.
Yeah.
There's more scammers out there than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I remember sitting in the audience at that show at Catapult, and I remember you guys describing how to do this, and I was like, I knew it in advance, what you were saying, and you were exact on every single term. You guys were exactly on. I was like, they do know what they're doing, because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and they're matching me. So I knew
Yeah, I
that you guys knew what
appreciate
you
you
were
saying
doing.
that, because, you know, we've both been to things where we're listening to a speaker and we're saying, I don't really agree with that.
That's right.
And I've seen a lot of SEO and Google speakers, and there's very few that have hit it. And recently I saw one, and he was so on target. I just had to go up and talk to him afterwards and tell him what a great job he did. He was from another state, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing. A lot of our workers are from all over the country. We have clients that just figured it out yesterday, because I shouldn't say we work all over the country. I should say we have clients in 16 states, right?
Sure,
That's what it
absolutely.
is. I just lose track sometimes. One thing that makes us different is we actually know our clients and we visit them. So I just came back from New York, upstate New York, visiting a client. We were in Minnesota earlier The reason we do that is twofold. We want to develop that one-on-one relationship with the person, learn about their business in person, but mainly take photos and videos. So when we're there for 3 days, we have 2 crews and we follow their service people around, taking photos, do a group shot, take photos inside of their facility. Everything we might possibly use for the following year of marketing, we're gonna get a hold of that in 3 days. And some of them get sort of the idea by watching us, and then they start taking pictures and send them to us. But, you know, let's face it, most businesses don't know how to take the best photos of things. They don't know how to really market themselves all that well. So that's
If that's
where
not their
people like
industry,
you and
yeah.
me come in.
They're focused on their customers to get
Yeah,
the revenue going.
do the work too, you know?
And it's your job to get them in the door. It's their job to provide the
Exactly.
service once you get to the door. Well, that is really neat to know and neat to hear. And Stephen, congratulations. New dad and new mama.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Stephen Allen is my general manager, and him and his wife Gabrielle, have been waiting to adopt a baby, and they just got the call on Friday. He was in the middle of a Zoom meeting with one of our clients, and all of a sudden this big smile comes across his face, and he just announced it to everybody.
That's awesome.
And then a couple hours later, he was on his way to seal the deal, and now they're with the baby, and he has a new family, so that's awesome.
That is fantastic. Yeah, and in fact, one of the funny things is over at Scout and Tag, when I first put my shirts in over there, Gabby was a model, and she put on my I Am Lakeland sweater, and she promoted me from Scout and Tag. So, and then I found out later that Stephen and her are married. I was like, whoa, you never know.
Isn't that a cool story?
Yeah.
So you have your products over there?
We have a T-shirt over there. Yeah.
Okay. Because now Aaron's wife works there. Aaron's another employee of Brandtastic.
Oh.
So Gabby invited her to be a part of the team over there.
Is he a social media person? I think Gabby was a social media person.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. I appreciate your time very much, Frank. Is there anything else that you'd like to plug or say? I appreciate your time very much.
All I can say is that if you ignore your marketing during this downtime it seems like we're facing, it's not going to be to your benefit. I know everybody needs to cut costs, and we've talked to our clients. Our clients are pretty solid because they've been through the ups and downs. But in other states, it ranges from being off 10% to being off 40%. And that can be pretty drastic. So
That's a big
I'm thankful that they're keeping us on and looking for ways to negotiate through this. And that's what you need, is a partner that can adjust to the times, and they change all the time. Thankfully in Florida, I think we're kind of protected. Our economy seems to be on fire no
Insulated.
matter what happens nationally.
Yeah, I do. I feel insulated. I really do.
Yeah, we got a lot of good things going on here. People are leaving other states to come here. So that's a good thing.
So if people want to get in contact to you, your website and phone number or email?
Yeah, sure. I just used my cell phone, which may have been a mistake because now I get so many spam calls, but it's 407-414-5270. Call me anytime. And increaseleads.com will bring you to the place that'll introduce you to Brandtastic and give you an opportunity not only to get the free marketing report, but at the bottom of that page, that event at Catapult was recorded, or maybe it was another one, but it was a similar information. It's a 6-part video series for free. You should sign up for it. You could just sign up at the bottom and you'll have access to all the different parts. They're each about 30 minutes long. So anybody that's thinking about maybe hiring somebody in the marketing realm or doing it themselves, that's a real plus to be able to listen to that.
Share it with everybody. Yep.
Yeah.
There's plenty for everybody in my opinion. Yeah, I noticed that the videos is what a lot of people like to see.
Yeah, we have a full-time video. That's Aaron, and we're constantly doing stuff for our clients because that's what people want to see. They're scrolling through things on social media. If they see a video that hits them, they might pay attention. Attention spans are getting smaller, as our efforts get larger.
Those 1 minute
And
shorts
many
now.
people get upset about ads on Facebook, but you know, we're hit with messaging all day long, no matter where we are. So we try to be more friendly about it, more educational. You know, it's not all about sell, sell, sell. It's about educating and putting yourself or your client at top of mind in the person that's looking at it. So when they think of doing something, if they think about remodeling, then they've already heard of somebody, so it helps.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Frank,
you, Don.
for being my guest.
All right.
I appreciate it very much. Have a fantastic day.
Have a brandtastic day.
Brandtastic, I like that. Good one.